It's Randi Rhodes. Here's a clip from our show, and go to randyrhodes.com for the whole thing and a podcast. Buy a stinking podcast.
Mary had a little man.
The fault. We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream. Change has come to America.
Believe me.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show.
Turn up your mind.
We did it, you bastards! Everywhere! Really? Yeah. What? Do something! Oh no. Okay. You know. Oh no. No. Pass. Yes. Stormy. They did. Okay. How? 21st! I am! Freedom! Oh dear God. I'll see you June 7th.
Joe Biden wins! Kamala is the Vice President of the United States of America! Woo! Woo! Oh my God! Holy cow! Oh man! Dancing in the streets. Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? For me, it's not that instant. No. It's going to be a few weeks before I stop waking up screaming and doom scrolling. Everybody's still doing it. We share our office space with Josh, okay, and Keely. And Josh is, an avid Democratic little kid, right? He's a little kid. And I walked in today and he's like, why is he still tweeting? Why? Because he's a liar. That's why. We don't have to look at it anymore. We don't. Well, we do for 2.5 months. You know that moment in the movies when the hero jolts awake and realizes everything was a nightmare? Wake up, everybody! Oh, yes. No, it was real. We were in hell. We were in absolute freaking hell. This is the feeling I had. I had this feeling like we were all factory farm animals and we were locked in our filthy cages for, 4 years. And then suddenly we were transported into a world of fields and sunshine. And now I'm going to need a moment to just roll around in the grass. Do you know what I'm saying? I want this over is what I want. I want this over. So, the streets were full of people. And the great thing was, it wasn't just because somebody was erroneously shot by a police officer or because they were unemployed or because they were sitting waiting for the food bank to open. Do you know what I'm saying? The streets were full of people who were dancing and celebrating our long national nightmare is almost over. Almost over. So we're not quite there yet. You know the story about Emily Murphy. Now, remember, I think the only person in your life, honestly, whoever brought up the Government Services Agency, right, the GSA, because guys like Bill Maher, they were on the TV and a lot of people were like, what if he doesn't leave? What if he doesn't leave, right? And I kept saying to you, so you have the Government Services Agency and they handle all the government buildings. That's why they're called that. And that they would just, tell him his parking, pass had expired and change the locks or the passcode or, change the magnetic key. And they would give him a box and tell him to pack up his things. And now he has to go, right? And that would be the extent of it. Well, everybody, well. It turns out that the head of the GSA is a girl with a Twitter account at GSA Emily. At GSA Emily. Yeah, the girl who's the head of the GSA is a woman appointed by Donald Trump. And her name is Emily Murphy at GSA Emily. And she isn't, down with the whole he won thing. She doesn't know if Joe Biden won yet. Why doesn't she know? Do they have TV there? Do they have a radio? Morse code? Something? Anything? Somebody get a message to Emily at GSA Emily on the Twitter and tell her that Joe Biden is ahead in Georgia over 10,000 votes, 10,621, that he's ahead in Arizona by 17,131 votes, that he won Wisconsin by 20,000 votes, Pennsylvania by 45,000 votes, and that the Bush v. Gore scenario does not apply here. That was 535 votes in dispute in one state. Okay, so somebody please get a message to at GSA Emily on the Twitter and tell her this is done, this is over. Joe Biden has an incredible amount to do. He has a lot of things to do. He's already done one of them. He's not Donald Trump. Yay! Yeah, I mean, that's the most important thing about Joe Biden. He's not Donald Trump. Look at it this way. If Joe Biden could kill less than 1,000 Americans per day, every day, he's already doing better than Donald Trump. I would rather have a guy who has a little stutter, a little. You think about that. Joe Biden is a politician. Joe Biden was a senator and a vice president of the United States of America, and he has a stutter. Now think about how hard that would be, like being a talk show host with a stutter, but still having an amazing amount of audience and respect and, love. And I would much rather have a guy who has a little bit of a hard time enunciating perfectly than some lunatic who says whatever it goes through his mind at any given moment on any given day, and his skull is completely empty and devoid of any new ideas. Just saying. That was our choice. A president should be like a heart, constantly keeping things running and doing it so efficiently that you forget it's still there pumping. For 4 years, we had acute angina. Go to RandiRhodes.com for the whole thing and a podcast. Buy a stinking podcast.